For over 20 years, I've been a hardcore NBA fan, and I've seen plenty of ugly moments, trash talk, fights, and cheap shots. I remember Raja Bell taking down Kobe, LeBron snapping at Mario Chalmers, and Draymond Green getting into one on-court mess after another. But none of that compares to what Caitlin Clark has dealt with so early in her pro career. Getting mocked by other WNBA players, getting hit on the court, and having people attack her talent like she doesn't belong.
Who plays the style that how Caitlin
What is the
plays?
style? Just threes?
Wow.
It's not just threes.
What is her style?
And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse for Caitlin, the WNBA topped it. If you haven't heard, they made a wild decision and left Caitlin Clark off the roster. Honestly, this might be one of the dumbest choices I've ever seen in pro sports.
The idiocy of Team USA women's basketball. How dare you make this decision?
That decision was so unbelievable, I thought I misheard it. So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly why it makes no sense, and how Caitlin Clark ended up exposing the USA women's basketball program in the process.
You don't sit up there and pass on Caitlin Clark. It was stupid, Team USA. It was a dumb decision.
When I say Caitlin exposed USA basketball, I'm talking about three key people, including Diana Taurasi. First is Cheryl Reeve, head coach of the Minnesota Lynx and also the national team coach. Second is Jennifer Rizzotti, the Connecticut Sun president and the chair of the national team selection group. And if you don't know Diana Taurasi, she's widely seen as one of the greatest WNBA players ever.
Rims around, DT3 with the ball in her hands.
These three have major influence over who gets picked, and it sure looks like they have a personal issue with Caitlin. Before the 2026 season even started, the WNBA posted about a Fever versus Dallas preseason game featuring Caitlin. Cheryl Reeve replied in a way that basically said, "Other teams play too," pushing the idea that the league is bigger than one player. But the timing and tone made it sound like pure jealousy. She doubled down later in comments, and then before playing Indiana, she gave another pregame interview that felt like more shots aimed Caitlin's way.
But as a coach, as a home team, there's going to be a lot of people cheering for that other side.
I'll get two shits.
How about one?
Not even one shit.
Now with Jennifer Rizzotti, her explanation was that Caitlin didn't make Team USA because she didn't meet their selection standards.
Essentially, it was the committee's job to pick the 12 that, based on our selection criteria and...
That explanation is ridiculous, and I'm about to show why. But it wasn't the only ridiculous thing said, because Diana Taurasi also made comments that were just as bad.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
At one point, Diana Taurasi said she wouldn't even pick Caitlin Clark if she had the first overall choice.
I'm taking Paige. Next question.
So if you had the number one pick this year, you would take Paige over Caitlin?
Absolutely.
This video is called The Day Caitlin Exposed USA Basketball, but really, she's exposed problems in women's basketball more than once. After Diana said that, everyone circled the matchup. Caitlin went out and outplayed her, and after the game, Diana's tone changed fast. Then they played again about 2 weeks later, and Diana didn't play because of injury, which honestly saved her from getting embarrassed again. In that first game, by halftime Diana's team was down 20, and they were down 23 going into the fourth, because Caitlin completely took over. She finished with 20 points and 13 assists. So much for reality is coming and levels, because Caitlin looked just fine against grown professionals.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where, you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time.
But the game where Caitlin really put the league on blast was against the top team in the West, the Minnesota Lynx, coached by Cheryl Reeve. Cheryl clearly knew this matchup was bigger than a normal regular season game. For 3 quarters, the Lynx stayed in front and went into the fourth up 7. Then Caitlin flipped a switch.
The Fever needed to start the fourth. That might be one of the more contested looks that Caitlin Clark has gotten tonight, and that's what she knocked down.
She started scoring, getting to the line, and creating shots for everyone. In that fourth quarter, she nearly outscored the entire Lynx roster by herself, putting up 10 points and dragging Indiana to the win. And that one result made everyone defending her Team USA snub look silly.
No, I don't think it was disrespectful to leave Caitlin Clark off the Olympic roster. She is not one of the 12 best professional basketball players in the United States of America right now. You get snubbed from a bigger name with lesser numbers, it's a snub. She's not better.
Because the whole excuse was simple, they claimed she wasn't good enough. Meanwhile, people on TV were basically saying Team USA doesn't care about marketing and only cares about winning gold. Right as Caitlin is making plays and taking over moments in real time.
If it's a dumb marketing move, Stephen A., I hear you.
Marketing.
But Team USA is not worried about the marketing. That is not Team USA's mission right now. Team USA is trying to get a gold medal.
Here's Clark, nice find, Agumake push shot, banks in. Clark thinking about a bomb, the hesitation, the take, the lead, Reese the lay, Clark to Reese, what you've been waiting for.
And it looked even worse after Caitlin and the Fever beat Team USA in that game. Even without a huge scoring night, she controlled the action with 10 assists, proving she's not just a shooter, she makes teams better. That win made her exclusion look even more crazy. Now look at the bigger hypocrisy. For years the WNBA has had money problems, and players have publicly asked for fair revenue sharing. They've repeatedly been open about needing more support.
We are not asking you to get paid what the men get paid. We're asking you to get paid the same percentage of revenue shared.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Got it.
The league's struggles have been so bad that there were times outside help was needed, like Kyrie Irving donating $1.5 million to help cover salaries. Now people are finally watching, and it's mostly because of Caitlin Clark. She brought attention, new fans, and real excitement. You see it in the way people talk. Lots of fans can't name teams, but they know Caitlin. Many even said they would have watched Olympic women's basketball if she was on the roster. The truth is, before Caitlin showed up, interest was low, and even championship parades had tiny crowds. Fans joked people were there by accident. Like it or not, Caitlin changed the temperature around the whole sport.
It's not that you're wrong. It's that we don't care.
For years, almost nobody watched, and the league kept fighting for attention. Then Caitlin Clark came along and gave the WNBA a rare gift, a true spotlight player who could pull in casual fans, bring bigger audiences, and raise the sport's profile worldwide. Putting her on a global stage like the Olympics could have boosted viewership, pushed up revenue, and helped stabilize the league so players wouldn't feel forced to spend every offseason overseas just to make enough money. It also could have reduced the risk of players ending up in serious trouble abroad, including situations as extreme as getting arrested in another country. But instead of using that moment, the league and the decision-makers fell back into the same mindset that's held them back for decades and basically said, she's not good enough. That makes no sense, because she clearly is good enough. She beat Diana Taurasi's team twice, she took down the top team in the West in their matchup, and she even outplayed Team USA. So the argument that she can't hang is flat-out nonsense. And when you look at the roster, it gets worse. There are at least 2 players she could realistically replace. Chelsea Gray is coming off injury and hasn't looked right, shooting 39% from the field and 24% from 3. Jewel Lloyd is scoring around 20 a game, but she's shooting only 36% overall and 26% from deep, which is rough. Caitlin, meanwhile, is around 17 points per game, ranks as one of the league's top scorers, and leads the entire WNBA in assists at about 8.2 a night. Her shooting numbers from the floor, from 3, and from the line are also better than those two. And here's the clearest proof. Last season, without Caitlin, Indiana was near the bottom. This season, with her, they've jumped up to 3rd in the East and are heading toward the playoffs. That's impact. On top of that, from a business standpoint, she could have brought a massive audience to women's basketball at the exact time the league needs it most. And if anyone tries to say rookies don't make it, that's not true either. Rookies have made Team USA before, including Diana Taurasi, Candace Parker, and Breanna Stewart. So this whole thing doesn't feel like basketball reasons, it feels personal. And by beating teams and proving herself on the court again and again, Caitlin has exposed exactly what's really going on. Finally, if you want the full backstory on the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry, it goes way back, and it's been one of the most talked about storylines for years, so check out the video linked at the end.